Hi everyone. I wanted to make this video today to read my story Revolt, which appears in the new anthology Dystopian States of America, edited by Matt Bechtel, published by Haverhill House. I wanted to just give you guys a taste of this anthology, which features so many amazingly talented individuals who donated their stories for this cause. I can't think of a more worthy cause in this day and age than the ACLU Foundation. So go pick up your copy of Dystopian States of America. The stories in these pages they're difficult to read, but I think it's the world we live in, and I think that they are very, illustrative of the world that we're living in right now. I've heard a lot of reviewers say that these stories are hard to read. I've read all of them, and yes, they are hard to read, but I think that they're a taste of what we're living in. So I'm going to read for you today my story Revolt. I want to preface this video by saying that I'm home today, like I think all of you are, and I'm here with my 5-year-old daughter and my fiance and our dogs. So there may be a ruckus, and I apologize in advance for the ruckus, but these are the days, the times that we're living in. So without further ado, my story Revolt. The word disable jolted her. The shield fell away, and she was vulnerable. Her mind raced for a response to the algorithm. The chopper's lights pursued them as they rushed toward the catacombs. Jovienne had been held there. It was no place to linger. The things she'd seen in that place were despicable and unspeakable. She kept to the concrete walkways abutting the catacombs, but she refused to venture into the tunnels. A few of the others that led the charge disappeared into their depths. If they were insane enough to get caught, it was their own damn fault. Lavanda had died in those catacombs. A sizzle of anger licked down her spine. No child should have to die like that, motherless and trapped. The anger fueled her need to block the algorithm that had disabled her shield. She concentrated on codes and words she'd used before when they tried to block her abilities. Engage, override, paralyze, destroy. Once, in a fit of rage, she'd set a laboratory trash can ablaze by concentrating on the word destroy. She'd been starved for a week as punishment. Revolt flashed into her mind, and electricity shook her body. The shield flickered, but it fell away again. Focus, focus, she told herself. Revolt. This time the shield stayed put. She slowed as they approached the wall, secured a foothold, gripped the rugged precipice, and hurtled over. The grunts of 2 others followed in kind, and she didn't even have to turn around to know it was Atticus and Coretta. They were smart. The others were little more than easily fooled machines. They moved shoulder to shoulder on the asphalt. The city on the horizon choked on foggy red plumes. Smoke churned perpetually from the outlines of smokestacks. Flat concrete barriers and a weed-choked expanse of asphalt gave way to a grid of city streets lined with cigarette butts. White plastic bags and paper garbage skittered along the roadways like scavenging critters. The 3 marched silently. Jovienne wanted to engage them in conversation, but it seemed frivolous. Getting shot at doesn't exactly lend itself to friendly chat. They passed a darkened storefront festooned with signs depicting a pair of white hands clasped in handcuffs. A black man in tattered rags was being led away in the background. Runaway slaves? Report them right away. Remember, your silence is the same as abetting. Turn 'em in is the patriotic thing to do. Anger flared in her sinuses. She charged toward it, bent on ripping it from the wall. Atticus clutched her elbow, pulling her back. Are you crazy? Do you want to get caught? She jerked her arm away and huffed through her nostrils. He was right, but the landscape was horrifying. Instinct told her to tear it to shreds. The city flickered and sizzled with electricity. White people strode the sidewalks in the late evening smog. Billboards soared into the ominous carmine sky. On one, the leader's broad ivory smile stretched across his rotten apricot flesh. Liver spots dotted his paling pate, which was sparsely covered by straw-like strands. America heart image. Jovienne's face felt hot at the sight. She studied her companions for signs of disgust or fury, but saw none. They stared straight ahead, stoic and sturdy. The pit of her stomach churned. This was not the place Mama had whispered about back in Honduras after Papa was murdered by drug traffickers. They'd set off to find opportunity somewhere. A widow and her 2 daughters could live in serenity. Somewhere in the distance, a child cried out. A white child, no doubt. She tried to picture the kid, but the face morphed into Lavanda's. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you're all well. I hope that everyone is doing great and holding up as best we can during these difficult times. Again, I want to encourage you to go out and buy Dystopian States of America, available at Amazon and Haverhill House. And I'll see you guys soon.